This is my brother and best friend, Danny. He's 19 years old and is on the autism spectrum, a range of disorders that will affect more children than AIDS, cancer, and diabetes combined this year.
He wasn't diagnosed with autism until he was about 8 years old. He was diagnosed as a child with a learning disability when he was about 2.5.
We had to deal with it and find out more information about all the things we could do to make it worthwhile for Danny.
And went to a special preschool and was in special ed classes and small contained classes in starting in first grade or even kindergarten. He was always classified as a child with a speech and learning disability, but not until he was about 8 years old did I take him to a specialist at Hackensack Hospital. And they said he had PDD, which is pervasive developmental disorder, which is on the autistic spectrum.
Autism is really the DSM-4, and now it's revised. Actually, it has certain criteria for autism, but it's really 3 major things that you have to meet that criteria. And one is an impairment in social interaction, so it might be like hard to make eye contact or hard to be like reciprocal in talking to another person. Another thing is an impairment in communication. So some students with autism can't really speak at all, or they have a hard time with the back and forth of conversation. And another thing is restrictive or repetitive behavior, or maybe you get stuck in like routines. There has to be some kind of impairment that shows before age 3 to be diagnosed with autism.
Like most other 19-year-olds, Danny is capable of cooking and cleaning and taking care of himself. Unlike most other 19-year-olds, parts of his mindset are still that of a child.
And I love watching Disney movies all the time.
With Danny, it's like I have a 10-year-old brother and he's going to be like a kid for the rest of his life.
World years ago, and I got Princess Minnie, Daisy, and Dumbo from 3 different places in Disney World.
I think there's different kinds of worries with raising you and your sister. You know, you're going to go to school, you're going to get jobs, you're going to take care of yourself, you're going to meet somebody, get married, have children. With him, I worry who's going to take care of him when I'm gone. That's, I guess, is the hardest thing to think about and worry about. I've been a Special Olympics coach now for about 4.5 years. I absolutely love it. It is the most rewarding thing that I do.
What was it like coaching Danny when he was younger, playing hockey?
It was tough. It was tough. He didn't always want to do it. He didn't want to play. You got to figure out ways to try to push him to do it.
I coach with somebody who screams and yells and tries to get them to do what she wants them to do, and they don't listen. But as long as they go out and have fun, and if I can teach them a skill on how to shoot a puck a different way, or where to stand when I think they can score the basketball, or score a basket in basketball, or how to just not to touch the ball in a soccer game, it's huge.
At West Point, our 3 events are javelin, and 100 meters, and long jump. And I was so excited about getting first place.
I took the whole team of about 10 kids up to West Point for a track and field event. It was awesome.
West Point was incredible. I had all the cadets there. I think it was all upperclassmen that didn't know any of the athletes, but put so much time and effort in and really cared about what they were doing. And you could tell like they were enjoying the day just as much as the athletes were. There was the one event, the javelin, which Danny won gold in. They were the guys who were volunteering at that were just going crazy. Every time someone threw the javelin, they were jumping, running around, doing backflips and cartwheels, and really like pumping these kids up, so they realized how good they actually were.
A lot of the families came, a lot of friends came. It was an awesome experience, and seeing the smiles on their faces, whether they won a gold, silver, or bronze medal, or whether they just got a ribbon, it was unbelievable.
And my teammate Sean McCarthy blew them away, and he got first place. And Richard had first place too in javelin. and everyone was so happy for me.
Well, it's great to see that he does stuff and he enjoys doing it and he has a lot of fun doing it, and he's become very good at it.
For Danny, I mean, I knew I wanted to work in sports, but I mean, I don't think I would have gone down that route working at a nonprofit. I've attended events with Danny. I've seen how happy he is when he scores or when he wins first place or he gets his gold medals. Like the smile, the look on his face, just like the excitement that comes from that. Like I want to be surrounded by that.
In the past few years, Danny has developed an obsession with the New York Rangers and the NHL's most hated player, Sean Avery.
And I was very pleased for Sean Avery to win the ice hockey game in NHL, and they beat Washington Capitals and Philadelphia Flyers. And I went back to my spot to cheer Sean Avery for the rest of the period. So happy to see him on the phone and just talk to him on the phone on Daddy's cell.
Yeah.
And I was so excited that he's back on the team after he got fired for so many fighting. And that is my picture of Brendan Dubinsky and his other hockey buddy. And that is a mural of Sean Avery. So I was happy that he was up there on that mural with his hockey teams. So, and that is my New York Rangers sticker, and it came in the mail. And so does that the Brendan Dubinsky and his hockey buddy. And I was very pleased to see Sean Avery out there in the ice hockey rink in MSG.
The R word is something that I personally hate, actually. People use it in a way that really it's not what it means. People use it to say, that's dumb or that's stupid or I was so drunk last night. And that's really not what it is at all. It's actually really insulting and really ignorant to say that, because there's a whole group of people who can't help the way that their brain functions. So using their condition as a derogatory term is right up there with any sort of racial slur. Like a black person can't help their skin color, so making fun of them is not acceptable. Making fun of any race for something based off their race is not acceptable. I don't get why people think it's acceptable to use the R word at all. And it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating to hear that word.
You never know who's around you, who's listening, who could overhear you, who's affected by people with special needs. Like, it's a bad word. It's up there with the F word and like all those words in my book.
And me and my friends are going to talk to the principal at our school about doing an Erase the R Word campaign.
Spread the Word to End the Word is a campaign going around the internet and around the country to stop the R word. It's actually making very good progress. Like it's becoming a pretty big thing. And I don't know. I hope it really I hope a lot of people get that message. It's not something that anyone should have to hear. It ruins my day when I hear it. And my close friends usually get the brunt of that frustration when I hear it. I immediately am just I can go from top of the world to bottom of the barrel in half a second when I hear that word. And not a day goes by where I don't hear it around campus or on Facebook or on Twitter, and it really cuts deep to hear that.
The next step is to look for agencies and programs that'll have things for him to do, work programs and stuff when he graduates.
And I was happy that I'm going to graduate from high school soon. And three of my friends are Avery Laporte, Jacob Rappaport, and Augie. They'll be graduating from high school this year.
He'll graduate from high school when he's about 20, about a month and a half before his 21st birthday. So then transitioning him from school to a job after he graduates is the next thing we really need to start working on, and looking and interviewing agencies and see what we think each agency has to offer and what will be best for him.
And I'll be so excited to graduate too.
I'm really excited for Danny to graduate. Every June for the past 2 or 3 years, it's always talked about as his friends graduating and how excited he was for them. So you can tell you can already tell it's going to be one of the happiest moments of his life, and I'm really looking forward to it. Last year, one of his friends who graduated from his class actually did go to college, which is a huge thing for kids with special needs. So I'm hoping that opportunity is an option for him. It'd be amazing because most typical kids, the option is college, work, or the armed forces. For a kid with special needs, it's a group home or living in the house that you grew up in, and neither of those are something I want to see for Danny. I want to see him go to college and get an education and maybe do something with it. See what happens. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes out of all the hard work that my parents are putting in for him in the past year and a half, 2 years in the transitioning stage. So I'm really excited to see what happens, and hopefully from here it gets things get better and a more typical life for him. That'd be great, and to meet someone and have somewhat of a typical life.